Nearly half of all heart attacks go completely unnoticed. That means millions of people are walking around, living their lives without any idea that their heart has already suffered serious damage. That's right. Almost 1 in 2 heart attacks are what doctors call silent. It's a shocking statistic that most people have never heard. We picture heart attacks as dramatic, chest-clutching moments, the kind you see in movies or on TV. But in reality, many heart attacks are much quieter, with symptoms so mild or vague that they're easy to overlook. Research shows 45% of heart attacks are silent. No obvious warning, just subtle symptoms that can be mistaken for fatigue, indigestion, or even stress. These signs are often dismissed or ignored, especially by people who don't think they're at risk. The real danger, damage is being done to your heart without you realizing it. This not only delays treatment, but also increases your risk for future, more severe heart attacks and other complications. Often people only discover they've had a silent heart attack years later, during a routine checkup or after a scan reveals old heart damage. By then, the opportunity for early intervention has passed. Imagine your doctor asking, "Have you ever had a heart attack?" And you're genuinely shocked because you never felt anything out of the ordinary. We're trained to spot the dramatic signs, crushing chest pain, shortness of breath, but not the quiet whispers of a heart in distress. Most people simply don't know what to look for. Silent heart attacks leave scars on the heart muscle, just like classic ones. The damage is real, and it can have lasting effects on your health and quality of life. The only difference is that the symptoms are easy to miss or ignore. Mild discomfort, slight nausea, or unusual tiredness can all be warning signs. Learning to recognize these subtle signals is the first step to protecting yourself and those you care about. Awareness can truly be life-saving. Don't gamble with your heart. Know the quiet signs, and don't hesitate to talk to your doctor if something feels off. The stakes are simply too high to stay uninformed. Your heart's health could depend on what you learn today. What makes a silent heart attack different? Biologically, it's the same as a classic heart attack. Blood flow to the heart is blocked, muscle cells die. The difference is in the symptoms. Classic heart attacks shout, silent ones whisper. Instead of crushing chest pain, you might feel mild pressure, unusual tiredness, or what seems like heartburn. These symptoms are easy to brush off as minor issues, indigestion, fatigue, or just getting older. But the damage is just as real, and the risk for future heart problems is just as high. Silent heart attacks often leave behind scar tissue, weakening the heart's ability to pump. The heart is sending signals, but they're easy to miss if you're not paying attention. Don't let the word silent fool you. Your body is still trying to warn you. Recognize the whispers before they become shouts. Your future heart health depends on it. Why do so many people miss silent heart attacks? It's all about expectations. We're conditioned to look for dramatic symptoms, so we rationalize mild ones, chest aches, fatigue, indigestion, as something else. Fatigue and nausea are common, so we rarely connect them to heart trouble. Women and people with diabetes are especially at risk for subtle symptoms, like jaw pain or breathlessness, rather than classic chest pain. Diabetic nerve damage can even blunt pain signals, making heart attacks even harder to detect. We also tend to downplay our own health concerns, not wanting to make a fuss. But with heart attacks, every minute counts. Don't let embarrassment or uncertainty delay you. Trust your instincts and seek help if something feels off. The most common heart attack symptom, chest pain, often shows up as mild discomfort in a silent heart attack. Unlike the dramatic crushing pain you might expect, this discomfort can be subtle and easy to overlook, especially if you're not aware of the warning signs. It might feel like pressure, squeezing, or fullness, not sharp pain. Sometimes it's just a vague sense of unease or heaviness in the chest that doesn't seem serious at first. This sensation can come and go, lasting for a few minutes or returning later in the day. It may even disappear completely, only to reappear unexpectedly, making it easy to dismiss. Discomfort isn't always in the chest. It can show up in your arms, back, neck, or jaw. Sometimes the pain radiates outward, or you might only feel it in these other areas. A dull ache in your jaw or between your shoulder blades with no clear cause is a red flag. These unusual locations for pain can be especially misleading. These symptoms are easy to dismiss as muscle strain, indigestion, or even anxiety. Many people ignore them, thinking they're nothing serious, but that can be a dangerous mistake. The pattern matters. If discomfort comes and goes, especially with exertion or physical activity, pay close attention. Symptoms that worsen with movement or improve with rest are especially concerning. Don't wait for severe pain. Mild, unexplained pressure or aching can signal a blocked artery. Even a slight nagging discomfort can be your body's way of warning you. If you notice new, unexplained discomfort in your chest, arms, back, neck or jaw, don't ignore it. Take note of when it happens and what you're doing at the time. Even if it's mild or intermittent, it could be your heart's warning. Early recognition can make all the difference in preventing serious damage. Recognize the signal for what it is, a potential emergency. Don't second-guess yourself or wait for the pain to get worse. Act quickly, your heart depends on it. Getting help right away can save your life and limit heart damage. So never hesitate to seek medical attention. Subtle signs 2 and 3. Unusual fatigue and shortness of breath. This isn't normal tiredness. It's a deep exhaustion that hits suddenly and doesn't go away with rest. You might feel wiped out by simple tasks, like walking to the kitchen. This fatigue can start days or weeks before a heart attack. Shortness of breath is another warning, getting winded from easy activities or even while resting. When the heart struggles, blood backs up in the lungs, making it harder to breathe. If you're suddenly too tired for daily activities or find yourself breathless for no clear reason, don't brush it off. These symptoms can appear with or without chest discomfort. New, unexplained fatigue or breathlessness is a serious red flag. Talk to your doctor immediately. Subtle signs 4 and 5. Indigestion, nausea, and dizziness. Heart attacks can mimic stomach problems, burning in the upper abdomen, heartburn, or general discomfort. You might take an antacid and feel better, but the real issue could be your heart. Nausea and vomiting, especially in women, can also signal a heart attack. Dizziness or feeling faint happens when the heart isn't pumping enough blood to the brain. These symptoms are easy to blame on other causes, but context matters. Are these feelings new, unexplained, or combined with other symptoms like fatigue or chest discomfort? Don't ignore a combination of indigestion, sudden fatigue, and dizziness. Your body is telling a story. Listen to all the clues. When in doubt, get checked out. Subtle signs 6 and 7. Cold sweats and a vague sense of unease. Breaking out in a clammy, cold sweat for no reason is a classic distress signal. You might look pale or ashen and feel chilled even in a warm room. If someone says you look terrible and you feel clammy, take it seriously. Another warning. A sudden, unexplained sense of anxiety or dread. Many survivors report a gut feeling that something is very wrong, even before physical symptoms appear. This isn't just anxiety, it's your body's primal alarm. If you feel overwhelming unease, especially with other symptoms, seek help immediately. Trust your instincts. They could save your life. Let's take a closer look at David's story. A real-life example of why it's so important to listen to your body, even when the signs seem minor or easy to ignore. David, 58, was at work when he suddenly felt a strange pressure in his chest. It wasn't sharp or stabbing, just an odd, uncomfortable sensation that made him pause. It wasn't exactly painful, more like a dull ache that lingered and made him feel uneasy. He also noticed a mild ache in his jaw. Thinking it was probably just indigestion, he took an antacid and tried to get on with his day, hoping the feeling would pass. But over the next 2 days, the strange feeling kept coming back. Along with it, David felt a deep, overwhelming fatigue that was unusual for him. Even simple things like walking from the car park to his office left him completely exhausted. One evening, he suddenly broke out in a cold sweat, which made him feel even more concerned. His wife noticed he looked pale and asked if he was feeling all right, but David brushed it off, not wanting to worry her. That night, as he lay in bed, a strong sense of unease crept in. He remembered reading an article about silent heart attacks and how their symptoms can be easy to miss. Suddenly, the combination of his symptoms made sense: chest pressure, jaw ache, fatigue, and that cold sweat. It all clicked together in his mind. He turned to his wife and said, "We need to go to the hospital right now." He didn't want to take any chances. At the hospital, tests quickly confirmed that David was having a heart attack, even though the symptoms had been subtle. An emergency procedure was performed, and the medical team worked quickly to save his heart from further damage. The doctor later told him that his quick decision to seek help had prevented major, possibly life-threatening damage. David didn't have a dramatic movie-style heart attack, but he paid attention to the subtle signs his body was giving him. That simple but crucial decision to listen to his body and act ultimately saved his life and gave him a second chance. Your heart doesn't always shout for help, it often whispers. Mild pressure, jaw ache, indigestion, or sudden fatigue, these are the clues. Alone, they seem minor. Together, they signal a heart in distress. Don't dismiss new or unusual symptoms, especially if you're at higher risk. If you notice any combination, mild discomfort, fatigue, breathlessness, indigestion, nausea, dizziness, cold sweats, or a sense of doom, act fast. It's better to be safe and get checked than risk permanent damage. Time is muscle. The sooner you act, the more heart you save. Call emergency services. Don't drive yourself. Share this knowledge with loved ones. It could save a life. Take steps for your heart. Eat well, exercise, manage stress. Listen when your heart asks for help. It's the best way to protect your future.